Hey guys, long live Gamers Guy here, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different for Spooktember. I've never really done this before, but anyone remember when everyone was doing tier lists? Yeah, we're gonna be doing one of those today. I never really like stopped doing tier lists. I just never have done one on the channel before, so this is gonna be a bit different. And I decided, I don't want to just be playing scary games throughout Spooktember. Let's get into, the October Halloween mood. Let's try to put some variety into the channel. And I'm sorry guys for all the, the white noise in the background, and I may sound like very far away from the mic right now, but like I'm not. It's like right up to my mouth. So yeah, it'd be really hilarious if I hear this back and it's like so freaking loud in your freaking ear. Like that would be hilarious. But yeah, from the test recordings I did, it sounds like I'm very far away and there's a lot of white noise in the background, so I'm gonna have to apologize for that early. But as you can see here, I have this loaded up, and these are first. In fact, I'm going to be doing two tier lists. I'm going to be doing one for indie games and one for more AAA titles. So I kind of feel like it's kind of unfair to pair them against each other. And that's the first reason. And also the second reason is, I tried trying to find tier lists with like AAA games and indie games, but like there's not a lot out there, so it is what it is. So let's just get right into it. Okay, I think we should get the games out the way. Oh, okay. And I picked this tier list because I think most of these games I've heard of or seen or played, so let me just get the games I don't know out the way. Alright. Don't know this. Don't know whatever that is. I remember this stream. I believe I've heard of this game, but I never really saw anything on it. Don't know this. Don't know this. This I don't remember anything about. Inside, I barely remember anything, but I'm going to definitely check up on that. I believe everything auto. I don't know this. Don't know this. Don't know this. Don't know this. What is this? What is this? Hold on, what is that? Oh, let me zoom in. Let me zoom in real quick. What is it? I'm trying to see what it is. Hide and seek? Is that it? Or hide and shriek? Oh. Oh, I believe I've seen that game before. Alright, okay, never mind. I know what that game is. I think I know at least. Just in case I'm gonna keep it there. Just in case I'm gonna keep it there. Oh wait, never mind. I thought it was this game. Yep, I was wrong. Never mind. Alright, don't know this. Don't know this. Don't know this, even though this looks interesting. And is that all? And Spanky's Night Shift, I don't know. I believe that's everything. I believe that's everything. Oh, and I don't know this or this. Alright. So. Alright, that's it. That's it. That's it. Alright. Alright, that's all the games I don't know anything about. Alright, I know I've already made some of you guys probably triggered already, but hey, I don't care. So start off in order. Amnesia, man. I remember when this game took the internet by storm. I was a youngin', but I still remember. I still freaking remember. As a game itself, Let me just put it up there, just as a placeholder. I think Amnesia. I'm going to be grading these on like how, how it affects me. Seeing it, how these games, affected me or whatever. So it's going to be again very, very personal. Amnesia. I feel like the scariest thing about Amnesia are the creatures. And when I mean the creatures, I mean this thing in the, this thing, the freaking creature that everyone associates with Amnesia. I find this thing the scariest part about it. However, I don't really think it holds up too well after all these years later. However, it's still a good game, and it's still pretty scary. Again, the creatures and designs are terrifying. The atmosphere, pretty eerie. So I'm gonna just leave it in B tier. Good starter. Among the Sleep. This game is a game that I don't. It has like a really sad story. It has a really sad story, and I appreciate it for the message it has. I very much appreciate it. I remember the ending like the most out of anything in this game. I remember the ending the most. I haven't really checked up on this game in a while, I'll admit. I haven't seen Among the Sleep, or like seen a playthrough of Among the Sleep in a long time. In a long time, at least a couple years. But that ending still stuck with me, and if you're able to stick with me, upon me not seeing anything of your game for years, yeah, that's still pretty good. I'm still leaving it in B tier though, and I don't think it's scarier than Amnesia, but I still very much appreciate the game for the ending. They kind of sort of like the message, because the ending actually kind of makes the game it just makes it more sad, and sort of disturbing. So, but yeah, I don't think it's scarier than Amnesia. Ooh, Ao Oni. This game, and I've recently watched a playthrough on this game. This game, while I don't think it's that scary, or disturbing, I do kind of find it actually kind of cool. Because this is like a this is like a classic right here. You had to be around them times, to see this game kind of like when it blew up and stuff. Hey yo, all the Corey Kenshin fans, stand up, right here. This playthrough was legendary. His playthrough was legendary, but the game itself, I find the game kind of cool, and there's actually some scary moments in the game. It kind of does a lot with how little it has. Even though it's like an RPG, it's an RPG Maker game, but even though it's an RPG Maker game, I still feel like it holds up though. Do I find the game scarier than Among the Sleep? I don't think so. I don't think I find it scarier than Among the Sleep or Amnesia, but I kind of do appreciate the game. I still appreciate the game, all these years later. I still feel like it holds up pretty well. Balivore. Oh lord, I don't know what this is. Alright, add that there. Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. That's me. I don't know if that was a good impression. I'm gonna have to hear myself back. Baldi's Basics in Education and Learning. Alright. I wanna give this game A tier. I wanna give it A tier because it is legitimately scary at some points. But can I really do want to give it A tier because it the way it so well captures those crappy educational games that you had to get on a CD player so you can put it in your computer and then play it, because I did have a game, I had many games that were that were like this, that were actually like this. I did have a lot of games like that when I was a little kid, but because Baldi's Basics, you know, despite its appearance, it is actually legitimately scary. I don't know if I find it scarier than Amnesia though, but I do find Baldi's Basics scarier than Aoni. I'm gonna put tier. Again, my opinion. Please remember that. I know a lot of people are already very much upset. Probably at me putting this above Aoni. Hey, Aoni's a classic, but Baldi's Basics, Baldi's Basics gets a little more out of me than Aoni. I'll admit. This game is kind of legitimately scary. I'm not gonna cap. Bendy in the Ink Machine. Alright. Bendy in the Ink Machine is, I felt like the first chapter was pretty scary, but then it's like as the more chapters they released, the game got less scary and more sort of stupid and convoluted. You know, like the story was kind of like so confusing that it was getting in the way of me actually feeling some terror. You know, it was actually like, you know, yeah, I just don't freaking, yeah, I straight up don't freaking like, you know, you know, this entire list has just been B tier so far, but we're gonna have to make our first deviation from that. I'm putting not Baldi's, Bendy and the Ink Machine in C tier. I definitely feel like it got less and less scary the worse the story got, you know, and it was, you know, by like, how many chapters were there? Were like 5 chapters for this or something? By that time, you know, I was like done and not even really interested anymore. But it started out cool. It started out scary, you know, it had a cool concept, you know. But yeah, if you want to find like Bendy and the Ink Machine done right, look up Cartoon Cat by Trevor Henderson. That's like Bendy and the Ink Machine. That's what like that creature is what Bendy the Ink Machine should have been. Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Now this game is a multiplayer game, you know. So for some people that may take away from some of the scaries in it, but I'm not gonna lie, this game is actually like pretty terrifying. Like I couldn't imagine playing this game with headphones with surround sound, cause it is like when Bigfoot shows up, it's actually very scary. I'm not even gonna cap. It's actually scary. So I'm gonna put this in A tier. I actually like really appreciate this game. This game is actually very scary, very freaking scary. When Bigfoot shows up, because for a long time, nothing happens. You know, for a long time nothing happens. You know, you may be playing with your friends. You know, just chilling and all that. And then as soon as nightfall rolls around, freaking Bigfoot comes out the woodwork and freaking starts bodying y'all. And it's like, ah. Bon Bon. Bon Bon. I do. Bon Bon. This game, you know, is a weird case because it's not necessarily scary, or I wouldn't even really call it disturbing. I call it like more like eerie. It's just eerie, you know, because like the game really does. I'm gonna tell you what the game does well. What the game does well is that it has moments where everything's fine, you know, everything seems cool, and then you turn around, there's a gigantic freaking rat just staring at you from across the gate. You know, it just has moments like that where it's just like, oh, like what the freak? Where did that come from? You know, that's a bit, you know, disturbing. You know, and again, it has moments like that, and you're kind of like dreading the appearance of this rat. But I kind of feel like the more it shows up, the less scary it gets. You know, but you know, it's a short game. It's a short game. It's not long at all. It takes like a maximum 10 minutes to beat or whatever. If you know what to do, it takes like 10 minutes to beat. So, not really a scary game, but mean, it's not really a scary game. I don't, but I feel like Bendy's worse. So I don't want to put it in C tier. I'll put it below Aoni though. Close Your Eyes. Let me just put it there. Close Your Eyes is a freaking this game is actually pretty terrifying. I'm not even gonna lie. Close Your Eyes. This is a very, very terrifying freaking yeah. This game is very scary. I mean, just the designs of the creatures alone. I mean, look at this guy. Freaking, let's get a zoom in on this guy. Freaking look at him, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why like I'm aiming all the way up here to hit the zoom button, it's because you know, my recording thing is in the way. So I kind of have to aim up here in order to click it, and I can't really click. Can't really click it. But anyway, back on this. You know, I mean, look at that thing. Look how scary that thing looks. Like my guy. Imagine seeing that in your room one night. Yeah, it couldn't be me. I'd be out my freaking country. But yeah, this game pretty terrifying. I really like the eye. You know, the close your eyes mechanic. That's definitely neat. You know, and unique, and pretty unique. And I've also like enjoyed the puzzles in the game. You know, the atmosphere, and you know, just the mystery of what's going on. There's also a mystery to it. You know, so that's also wonderful. So yeah, definitely A tier. I find it scarier than Bigfoot. I find this game scarier than Bigfoot because Bigfoot is a more since the Bigfoot is multiplayer, you know, that could take it away, you know, some points. Even though I still find the appearance of Bigfoot freaking terrifying, but Close Your Eyes, you know, it's more, I wouldn't say traditional, but you know, it's just more impactful. You know, it sets up for this moment. It sets up for the moment instead of just happening randomly. Dark Deception. This game, it attracts a phobia of mine, which is being chased. And I don't mean being chased as in, oh, somebody's hunting you down. No, I mean like being aggressively freaking like stomped after. This game definitely triggers that phobia for me. However, I do feel like the more it has gone on, it's become a more interesting story. You know, it's become less of a horror game to me, and like kind of like more of an action game. You know, anyone who's seen like and I know a chapter of this released recently. I think it was like chapter 4. I don't necessarily know. But I do know is that this game you know, I feel like I still feel like the first chapter, you know, the first level of Dark Deception is the scariest. The level with the monkeys, you know, it's just so compacted and claustrophobic, and then you have these freaking gigantic these monkeys with these gigantic heads freaking chasing after you. You can hear the footsteps and crap right behind you. It's like it messes with it pretty much clicks all my buttons, that first level at least. But I do feel like the game has gotten less scary, and kind of more actiony. So I mean, in the latest chapter, the straight up like boss battles. So yeah, I would put it above these games just for that first chapter alone. I'll put it above both these two. Just for that first chapter alone, it bumps it up above these three. I don't think it bumps it up above these because it you know, it has become more of an action game recently. Dead Realm, another multiplayer game. This game seems scary. This game seems scary despite being multiplayer. This game does seem like pretty terrifying. However, I don't know if I find it more terrifying than Bigfoot. In fact, I don't think it's more terrifying than Bigfoot. But this game is definitely creepy though. Definitely creepy. Don't really have much to say about it because, to be honest, I don't really remember much about it. But I'll put it here. Again, maybe I'll watch a playthrough on it, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, bro, it's S tier, bro. It's the scariest thing ever, bro. It's terrifying. It's the most disturbing thing ever, bro. It's gotten into my skin, bro. Maybe for me for years. Probably not. But I remember when I saw I think it was Corey Kendrick play this game. It did seem pretty interesting. So let's see. Do you copy? Do you copy? I really enjoy it. I find this game right here, I'm gonna put it in A tier. This game right here, it's scary, man. It's really scary because you know you have this thing chasing after you, this goat man, right? This demon or this animal. Like, you don't really know what it is. You don't really know what's freaking chasing after you, bro. But it puts you in a pretty terrifying scenario, and I feel like it capitalizes on that really well. Also the fact that there's multiple endings, and just the fact there's like this whole like tension to it. This tension like radiating throughout the game. You're like, what's going on? Like, is this guy on the phone? Is he actually a human, or is he like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. Yeah, I feel like the game definitely like it hits that panicky, that panicky and confusing aspect for you. It really does make you confused. Oh, here we go. Don't know if I'm gonna get flamed for this, but I truly don't care. Doki Doki Literature Club is a game that has stayed with me for 3 years straight. I saw this game in February of 2018 when I was suffering from a fever, and I watched a playthrough of this game, and it did not help. It did not help. Let's just say that. Yeah, I definitely find this game is like one of the most. This game stuck with me. It's stuck with me for 3 years, and it's definitely like top 3 disturbing games I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, like it really just hits all the beats for me. That's also its realistic depiction of mental illness and stuff like that, and just all the disturbing undertones and all the stuff the game implies and what it shows. It's just like anyone's watched the playthrough on my channel, because I did a playthrough on this with my good friend Woody W. Dutt. It's also the fact that this game builds up its terror too. Not really much of these other games really really put work into building up the characters of what's going on. It doesn't really, what horror games and don't do a lot, which is that they don't build up the characters. Who's in the horror, who's suffering, and that's what this game does really well. So yeah, for me it's an absolute freaking S tier. The game stayed with me since 2018, and I could literally some stuff from this game is literally seared into my brain. We coming up with the double whammy, the double S tier. Duck season. This game is freaking horrifying. It is one of the most terrifying sequences I've ever seen in a video game. And the fact that it's VR, like, Tokyo Literature Club, it's not so much scary as it is disturbing. It's definitely horrific, but it's more disturbing. This is like more scary, and stuff like that. And the fact that it's VR just bumps it up a new level. In fact, if I had an S+ tier, I'd probably put it there. I'm not even gonna lie. If I had an S+ tier, I'd probably put Duck Season there. Like the fact that it's VR and that you're actually in the madness is, bumps it up to an easy freaking S tier. Duck Season is freaking legendary. Emily wants to play. This This game, I don't really know what to rate this, because I don't think it's a C. I don't think it's I don't it's definitely like scary, but it's more scary in like the I don't know what to put it, because I think I'm just keeping it B. Because, you know, Emily Wants to Play is a game that, you know, it's a game that is like, you know, pretty scary at first, but like the more it goes on, you know, it's just like, you know, it's meh after a while, you know, and I don't really find the jump scares that scary either, or really anything. You know, the game doesn't really have much to offer, in my opinion. So I'm going to just, yeah, I think Bonbon actually scarier than this game. You know, because again, Bonbon has like the eerie aspect. Emily Wants to Play just kind of has like, I guess it has atmosphere. I don't think it's as bad as Bendy though. This game right here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember much. I do not remember much about this game. In fact, let me do this real quick. I'm going to look up what this game is, because like I have like no memory right now. Game. I have like no memory right now of what this is. Yeah. Yep. Sorry guys. I haven't seen this. I know the name and I know the creature, but I haven't seen this game in so long, so I can't give it a fair. I don't remember. I straight up don't remember, so I'm just gonna put it right there. Oh wait. Wait, never mind. Escape the Iwoki. Escape the Iwoki. This game kind of feels like, you know, it feels like a joke. You know, now it does have some scary features. I will not lie. It does have some scary features. It does have some features where it's like, you know, it incorporates your mic into the gameplay. Like, you know, escape. You know, like evil demon Michael Jackson can actually like hear you in the game. You know, it does have that feature, which I do appreciate. I do appreciate that. But I don't know. I just don't feel like the game is like all that. Again, I feel like this game's more of a joke than anything. So man, I feel like it's more of a joke than this game. I feel like it's more of a joke than, I mean, it's literally called Escape the Iwoki. What am I supposed to say this? I'm gonna put it right here. Nah, I'm put it right here. Cause chapter 1 of Bendy was at least good. So yeah, goes in C tier. Don't. Oh my gosh, Evil Nun. Oh, now we're in the crap now. This game is it's a mobile game, and it feels like a mobile game. Not a single aspect of this game scares me. I mean, not a single one. It really doesn't have anything going for it. Like, not atmosphere, not anything. Again, it's a mobile game, and it really does feel like a mobile game. And I don't mean like in a Granny way, because Granny is actually okay. Maybe it's on this list, but and then I'll talk about it. But you know, this game feels like a Granny ripoff. It straight up feels like a Granny ripoff, and you know, I don't really tolerate ripoffs like that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put it there. You know, Evil Nun, E. You know, E for Evil Nun. You see, it fits. So we can just go down there. Faith. This is a disturbing game. This game is very disturbing. You know, and it's very unique too. It's very unique. It's not traditional. it's not a traditional horror game at all. You know, it has, you know, it's kind of like told in like this textbook style. You know, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's it's a game that you know, it it makes it feel something. You know, this game's very disturbing. Like its story is very like skin crawling and stuff like that, which I, you know, do appreciate a lot. Again, I appreciate a good story that gets under my skin. Faith, I feel like it's I don't know if it's scary, then do you copy? But Faith is it's a pretty terrifying game. I'm not even gonna lie. Ooh, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know how much flack I'm going to get for this. I don't know. I'm about to do something that's possibly sinful. It's possibly sinful, but I have my reasons. I have my reasons. Five Nights at Freddy's is the first horror game I have ever been invested in. It is the first one. The first one. Not the only one. Nowhere near. But the first one. It is the first one. When this game... I remember this game released about... Yeah, this game released the day before my birthday. I kid you. And I just have so many... Like, you guys, this game was the horror game of... Like, it was the horror game for me for a long time. This was the horror game franchise for me. Five Nights at Freddy's made an impact. It made an impact on me. It made an impact on a lot of people. But you know, this game. It was really the first game I've seen that had like a lore like it has. The way it told its lore. It's like there wasn't a story being read out to you, but if you just paid attention, you would see there's darker things than even what's in the game unraveling, bro. And just like at the time the game was so unique. At the time the game was so unique, and it was scary because it was unique. It was something new. Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Freddy, freaking like they were terrifying back in the day. You really had to be, you really had to be there. You really had to be there to see like the impact of what FNAF made. I remember, and even though admittedly the series has gotten less scary over the years, the games though. However, this game has spawned something which I find like high key like and even scarier, which is the freaking FNAF tapes. The freaking FNAF tapes, the FNAF tapes, the FNAF tapes have like revitalized my freaking fear in this franchise again. I'm not even gonna lie. The FNAF tapes are freaking goated. High key terrifying, but this is not about the FNAF tapes. It's about the FNAF game, and I'm putting it in S tier just because of the impact. And because of the impact it made. I told you guys this is gonna be personal. The impact it made on me. I remember. Woody W. Dot and me, when we were younger, we'd make so many theories about this game. What's going on. I still remember when Game Theory's video released. His first video on FNAF. I know first out of like 5,000, but I still remember like, and my jaw was dropping at like, oh my gosh, this story is freaking dark, bro. This is some wild crap right here, bro. This game's creepy, bro. Yeah, so yeah, at the time, there's just so many things about FNAF that, I know a lot of people, when they hear the word FNAF, right, they groan, right, that's their first instinct, but for me, man, I will always remember, that's understandable, there's been endless fan games, some good, most bad, and there has been other things on the internet which I shall not get into about FNAF, which I can agree which would turn some people away from the series, but the first FNAF game is just so special to me. The first Five Nights at Freddy's is just so special to me, it will always have a place in my heart, no matter how bad or convoluted the story gets, or not necessarily bad, but just how convoluted the story gets. You know, if all of a sudden aliens show up in FNAF, no matter if it gets to that point or not, I will always love this game. And will always cherish it, and will always have a place in my heart. However, I'm not crazy enough to put it above Duck Season. Alright, moving on. Granny, there it is. There it is. I was hoping this was on the list. Alright, so as I was saying before, Granny, for a mobile game, this game's terrifying. As a it's scary for for a mobile game. It's very scary. And I'm not even saying I'm not even saying that to demean it or anything. That is very high credit, because this game is a mobile game. It started off completely on mobile. This game was not on PC at all, but it was so freaking scary. Playing this crap with headphones and crap. Having to traverse the house while also freaking Granny's hunting you, and the atmosphere and the music, bro. The music that plays in the background of this game, it seared into my freaking head. I still remember those off piano keys and stuff like that. It's just ominous. It's just ominous, and the atmosphere is just mwah, chef's kiss. So again, for a mobile game, this is really good work, and I find it. Yeah, I'm put it above Dead. I'm put it above Dead Realm, and I do find it scarier than Baldi. But do I though? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm put it here. Granny's definitely. I don't know about its sequels or anything right there. I haven't really looked into those and don't really care. But as I know, the first game is pretty scary. Sequels don't look that great. Oh my gosh, Hello Neighbor. Oh yes, I'm so happy this is on here. Yo, Hello Neighbor. This is a game that I remember. Kind of being excited for this, because it was cool. It had a cool setup. It had a cool concept. An AI that would, or it had a good pitch, I should say. AI that would constantly adapt to, you have to get to this guy's house, and an AI that will constantly adapt to, the player's actions and everything. This game was sounding kind of lit. I remember I don't remember the exact time frame, but I remember when they would release those alphas for the game. Each alpha will be drastically different. Though. So I really do remember the hype for this game. Being sort of high. I was really excited for this game. But then it came out. And hold up. Let me say one thing. One thing about the alphas, even though I did enjoy them. Here's the thing about them. They were buggy as freak, and they got buggier and buggier. The more alphas they released, the buggier the alphas got, which was kind of suspicious. Because it's okay, well, this is your fourth alpha, shouldn't, and you release these months apart, so shouldn't we see improvement, not de-improvement? Their excuse was, well, we left it buggy on purpose because we left secrets. We want you to find those secrets, so we want you to bug out the game so you can find those secrets. And and we were fine, fair enough. It wasn't fair enough. Really, that's a BS reason. But hey, what are you gonna do? But Hello Neighbor. This game came out and it was an absolute disappointment. It was an absolute travesty. The story was bad. Freaking the game looked cheap as freak. I mean, even cheaper than the alphas. I mean, the first alpha for this game, the very first alpha, is still the best version of this game out there. Not even the finished product is a better game than that first alpha. That first alpha is still the best version of this game out there. The final product is a straight up disappointment, and really bad, really really bad freaking, like, and buggy, like, just all around just not a good game. I don't know if I don't find this bootleg as Evil Nun. So Evil Nun is like high key bootleg, but yeah, Hello Neighbor, D tier, not good, nowhere near scary. Just like I literally forgot about everything that happens in the game after I played it. I literally forgot like everything that happens in the game. Like I just did not care. I'm surprised I even finished it. Ice Scream. I don't even know why this is on this list. Boy, if you don't. This game is not scary. It again. It looks like a mobile game. It literally looks and feels like a mobile game. It's not scary at all. You know, I don't feel right putting it on the same level as Hello Neighbor because, like, again, I don't feel like it's as bootleg as Evil Nun. I mean, just look at the name, Evil Nun. Like, what kind of title is that? Evil Nun? What kind of title is that? Ice Scream is, I'm gonna put it like here. I don't feel like it's on the same level as these games. At least these games, had some scary aspects about them. This game is just not scary at all, but I don't feel like it's bootleg as this. But I don't feel like it's better than Hello Neighbor either. So I'm just leave it right there. I think it's perfect. I'm scared. This game is, again, another classic freaking YouTube game. This game's eerie. It's very eerie. It's very eerie, and like that's really all I gotta say. Like it's definitely a creepy game. Definitely a freaking creepy game. And it definitely has its ways of getting under your skin and stuff like that. I feel like this game, for me at least, yeah, I feel like, also I was going to say if it tops the B tier, but I don't think it tops the B tier. But it's definitely like I'm scared. It's definitely like eerie and creepy. I kind of maybe I rated it higher if I remembered more about the game, but I do remember stuff about the game, and I do remember that I remember enough to know that it's eerie, that it's very eerie and very creepy and stuff like that. And like it's not eerie and like with like this game. It's more than that. It's more than that. Midnight were the stars in you. Midnight, cool concept. Like cool concept, if you read a book and all that, that's cool. That's a creative mechanic. However, I don't really remember much, but I remember enough. It's not like with this game where I don't remember like anything. I remember enough about this game, and I don't really find it that scary, but I don't find it. I mean, I actually, I think I actually put it in the perfect spot. I think I actually put it in the perfect spot. Never mind. By accident. Don't really find it that scary. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, again, it has a cool reading mechanic, but it's not all that. For me at least. Yeah. I mean, that's really all I gotta say about it. Don't really feel much about it. Monstrum. Ooh, Monstrum. I think Monstrum's gonna have to go here. Monstrum is a freaking. This game is a freaking masterpiece. It's not a masterpiece, but this game is definitely freaking scary. Like it's like aggressively. It's like because the game's aggressive. It's aggressive. It doesn't really give you much time to breathe after things start. It doesn't really give you that much time to breathe. It's aggressive, and it kind of has. This game kind of has. It kind of has like a vibe to it. You're stuck on this abandoned ship. You don't know where anybody is. everything's rusted and freaking dilapidated, and you know, everything's just freaking, you know, it's just like what's going on? Like, why am I here? And then you hear like some of the scariest freaking footsteps I've ever heard in a video game. You think Mr. X from Resident Evil 2 is bad? Sucker, you see this guy? You see this freaking guy in the poster right here on the cover? This sucker has has possibly the most terrifying freaking footsteps of any enemy known to gaming. Possibly, because these monkeys are freaking, the monkeys from the first chapter Dark Deception are like their footsteps are, you know, pretty, yeah. But this guy right here, probably one of the scariest monsters to me I've ever seen in an indie game. Like, one of, you know, I wouldn't put him in the top, like the top 3 or anything, but you know, this like a sound design is definitely on top. It's on top. What is this? Mr. Hop's Playhouse. Mr. Hop's Playhouse. This game is unique. It's very unique. In fact, I believe, did a sequel come out for this recently? I don't remember. But Mr. Hop's Playhouse, unique. Definitely find it. It's more eerie than scary for me. But you know, I definitely find it unique. I appreciate the 2D kind of 8 pixelated side scroller style. You know, but it has more like arcadiness to it. It has more of an arcadey feel to it than you know, actually like raw terror. You know, it has more of an arcadey, you know, kind of like repetitive feel to it. I wouldn't say repetitive, but you know, I feel like it has more of an arcadey, you know, kind of sense to it than the rest of these games. So Mr. Hop's Playhouse, I think I'm put here. You know, doesn't really give me that much, but don't mind it either. Still think it's a fine game. You know, with some legitimately good scares. You know, it's just that I don't really like, you know, it doesn't really get under my skin. You know, it doesn't really get under my skin like that. And Night Blights. Oh my lord, this is a blast from the past. Night Blights, bro. This game, man, I want to watch a playthrough on this again. This game has a really, like, it's kind of creepy, but it's, you know, it's one of those games where it's just like, you know, it's a thing you're scared by when you're young, when you're like 7 or 6 years old, you know. You know, this kind of thing you get scared by when you're like that age. But like, what I really like about it is the gameplay. I really like the mechanics. The mechanics of this game are actually really dope. But I don't, on the scare meter, or the disturbing meter, or really any meter, I don't feel like it's that high. And I feel like Midnight. Okay, I feel like Midnight kind of reminds me of Night Blights. It kind of reminds me of like kind of the worst version of Night Blights to me. But yeah, Night Blights is not that scary, really. But I definitely want to watch a playthrough on it again. I really do like the mechanics. Outlast. Oh yeah, the first Outlast was an indie game. That's right. Yo, Outlast. The first Outlast, yeah. I mean, like, I don't really know what else to say about it. It's freaking terrifying. It's freaking horrifying. It's horrifying, disturbing. It's just the whole package. It's the whole package. Just terrifying, disturbing, freaking, just horrific imagery throughout. And like, I think this game has possibly the most jump scares I've ever seen like a game apart from FNAF, apart from FNAF, but FNAF's like jump scares like low key on optional. These games aren't. Outlast is, you know, I'm still trying to freaking beat Outlast 2. You know, I would have an episode of that uploaded right now, but I'm kind of like, there's a bug in the game, so you know, that's a problem. So, but like the first Outlast, I feel like it's an absolute freaking. It's just the whole package, you know. It's just the whole package for me. It just hits every beat. It hits every beat it needs to. Atmosphere, check. Creatures, I mean, check. Image reach, disturbing image reach, check. Freaking horrifying implications, check. It just has every check on the box. It has every check on the box. I mean, it really does. It's the whole package. Pacify is another multiplayer game. You know, I don't really find it that scary at all. You know, yeah, I just don't find it that scary. I kind of feel like it's a less scary version of Emily Wants to Play, actually, which is yeah, I feel like it's like a less scary version than Emily Wants to Play. You know, yeah, Pacify doesn't really impress me that much. Yeah, just doesn't really impress me that much as a game. Find it. No, I don't really find it scarier than Midnight. But yeah, Midnight. Yeah, come play with me. Oh, never mind. Play with me. Hold up, I'm trying to freaking remember what the freak happens in this game, because I've definitely seen it before. I've definitely freaking seen it before. I'm trying to refresh my memory on what the freak happens in this game. Oh yeah, this game kind of falls in the. I remember I was kind of scared of this game because I believe it came out. If I go, let me check this. Play with me game. Yeah, this game. Well, yo, that freaking fan art, that concept art is crazy. Was this game VR? Was this game freaking VR? I don't necessarily remember. Yeah, it was VR. Alright, VR, alright. If it's VR, if it was VR, that bumps it up. That definitely bumps it up. At least to an A tier. I don't find it as disturbing as Duck Season though. You know, this is more of a traditional jump scare fest, but yeah. Yeah, I put it in low A tier. Not low A tier, but yeah. Just because like I don't, you know, not much sticks with me with this game. Not much stuck with me, obviously. Even though it was VR, even though it is VR. So that bumps it up to an A tier immediately. But you know, apart from that, don't really remember much. I'm gonna have to go back. Maybe I'll set it to S tier. Maybe I'll set it lower. Rage. Am I the only one that remembers this game being a buggy mess? Am I the only one that remembers this game being a buggy mess? Because I remember this game. This game right here could have been much scarier than it was. This could have been much scarier. Because I find the Rake like one of the most terrifying creepypasta monsters. Definitely. It's just like, it's just scary. You know, it's just eerie, bro. Like, it's just really eerie and scary. You know, I've always found the Rake like pretty creepy. I've always found the Rake scary. Always. I definitely feel like it's definitely this one of the most scarier creepypasta monsters, like OG creepypasta monsters. But this game definitely didn't cut it for me. It did way less. It did way less than I think it was expecting to do. You know, I just don't I just did not find. I don't find it that it just did not hit a level it should have. It, like with the rake, like we're talking about a sucker that looks like we're talking about a sucker that looks like freaking this. We're talking about a sucker that looks like this. We're talking about a sucker that looks like this. We're talking about a sucker that looks like this, and you couldn't make this scary. And you couldn't make this scary. Freaking look at this, bro. Look at this. Look how terrifying this freaking concept is. Like, and you couldn't make it scary. Like, you really couldn't make it scary. You know, I mean, hold up. I saw an image down there. I forgot, I lost it. Oh, never mind. But like, look at this. Oh, I don't know what that image is. But look at this. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. You can make this scary? Really? Really? Yo. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's like one of the scary depictions. I'm not gonna cap. But look at this, bro. Look at this. You couldn't make this scary? Yeah. Yeah. Now that I'm really thinking about it. Yeah, you're going down here. Yeah, you're going down here. I won't say it, not scary. I scream, but like you really dropped the ball if you managed to make the rake not scary. You really dropped the ball, and also remember the game being a buggy mess. On top of that, all right, almost the end of the line here. SCP containment breach. I don't know. I'm struggling in where to put it in S tier. This game right here is possibly, it is the second scariest game I have ever played in my life outside Outlast. This game really, I mean, just the atmosphere, bro. The music of this game alone already gives me freaking PTSD flashbacks. Already gives me chills. Alright, alright. Music alone gives me chills. You know, pretty much everything. Like, you know, like again, bro, the atmosphere of this game, mwah, top notch, top tier atmosphere. Now see, unlike the rake, you know, it actually did something with this freaking terrifying ant monsters. You know, SCP-173. Again, out of all these games that have something that hunts you down, I feel like SCP-173 is like definitely up there in terms of SCP-173 and SCP-106. Yeah, they hunt you down, and they hunt you down good, and it's scary. It's freaking scary. Freaking SCP-106 music is still in my head to this day. I can still hear his freaking theme. SCP-939 segment, and just everything. I mean, also the fact that the game is just like has a lot of cool Easter eggs and a lot of lore stuff and all that. You know, it's just all there for me. I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna put above Duck Season, but SCP Containment Breach is freaking terrifying. I'm not even gonna talk about SCP-0696. I'm not even gonna talk about SCP-096. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Slender. Now, okay, this was a bit confusing. All right, is it Slender the 8 page? All right, I don't know if it means Slender the 8 pages or Slender like the Arrival, because those are two totally different games. But this cover art right here is from Slender the Arrival, so I'm just gonna rate that. You know, I'll do both. Screw it, I'll do both. Why not both? Slender the 8 pages is again another classic, another internet classic horror game. This game also took the internet by storm. Slender the Eight Pages is like, and it's for a reason too. The game is freaking scary. The game's scary and eerie and creepy, and it has this atmosphere to you. You know, it has this atmosphere to it. I don't feel like it's the best, but I feel like Slender the Eight Pages is definitely, for what it was back then, you know, just how minimal. I mean, the game is like made on freaking Unity. It's made on like the basic version of Unity, bro, and it does the most with like just you can tell, you know, it's an indie, but Slender the Eight Pages is still freaking classic. You know, that game is still freaking, just having Slenderman just appear behind you all of a sudden just randomly. Yeah, there's a reason why that crap freaking blew up on the internet. So if this is Slender the Eight Pages, I give it an A. If it is Slender the New Arrival, I give it like a B. Slender the New Arrival, you know, it's Slender the Eight Pages, but I feel like it kind of does too much, you know, because Slender the Eight Pages is like the perfect balance, you know. It doesn't do too little. I feel like Slender the New Arrival tries too hard, you know. It tries too hard to freaking scare you, you know. It's too big. It's too big of a game. I feel like what makes Slender the Eight Pages like so effective in a, like, I feel like part of the reason is because it is so contained and so freaking like this is what you're doing. This is what you're doing. Get to it now. There's like, I feel like in the case of Slender the Eight Pages, less is more. And the New Arrival tries too much. You know, introduces different locations, which sounds cool, but it really isn't. You know, introduce new killers, which are high key ridiculous. You know, the new killers just high key ridiculous. So if it was Slender the Eight Pages, I'd rate it an A. But it's, you know, it's not bad though. It's not bad. But if it's Slender the Eight Pages, I would give it an A. If it's Slender the New Arrival, I give it like a B. You know, it was kind of a disappointment. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. Oh, I have not played the Forest. Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. At first, this game seems like a joke, but it really is high key disturbing. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, this game is high key. I'm gonna put this in A tier. This game is like high key really cool. I find it really cool how it seems like a joke, but all of a sudden this freaking terrifying monstrosity shows up in a corner, and then yo, the death. This game has some of the most brutal death scenes. Like, I mean, like death, like game overs. My bad, game overs I've seen. Cause bro, you game over in this game, and it literally shows your eye being plucked out. It literally shows your eye being gouged out. Like, yeah, this again, it's surprisingly violent for a game that looks like a joke. It is very, like, again, it deceives you. It freaking deceives you. You know, it's like Bully in a way, but more intense. You know, it deceives you on how scary it's going to be. You know, because at first, again, I don't want to say too much, but at first it seems like a joke, and then the higher you go, the more you progress, the worse and worse everything gets. You know, just the most disturbing, the scary, you know, all that. Tattletale. I remember this game. Tattletale, man. Tattletale have this atmosphere to it, you know. And I do appreciate it for that. And I also like how it played on Furbies, you know. And it did legitimately have some scary moments, you know. I actually really appreciate Tattletale. I actually really appreciate Tattletale. I feel like Tattletale is actually pretty scary. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I feel like Tattletale's like actually pretty scary. Um, and I remember a lot of it. A lot of it stuck with me. A lot of it has stuck with me. A lot of moments from this game have stuck with me for years. And I haven't seen the game in like, I don't think I've seen a playthrough of this game in like 2 years. Actually, like I don't think I've seen playthrough of this game in 2 years. But I still remember a lot of it. And you know, that's how you know a game gets you. That's how you know a game, you know, and a horror game. That's how you know a horror game gets you. If you still remember, you know, key moments or just little moments, just years later. Yandere Simulator. I'm a, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit confused on why this is on the list. Um, this isn't a horror game. Now, if we're talking about the behind the scenes, if we're talking about the everything surrounding this game, you know, yeah, it's a horror story for sure. This goes in the freaking S tier for sure. But seriously though, I don't know why this is here on this list. This isn't a horror game, let alone a scary one. But you know, just you know, Yandere Dev, this is for you, bro. This is for you. Um, you know, this for being a scumbag and a lazy scumbag at that. If this game is in development, is it still in development? Did it actually finish? I don't even know. But this game became popular around what, 2015, 16? You know, and it's as of 2021. This game still isn't finished. This game still isn't finished. Like, it's freaking incredible. It's freaking incredible. It's incredible. It's an incredible display of amateur, just game development in a nutshell. But yeah, this game definitely gets an E on the scary meter. You know, for one, it's not really a good game. Number two, it's not really a scary game. Number three, it's definitely not a horror game. So I don't even know why it's on this list. Sorry about that. I feel like I recognize eyes. Let me just see real quick. Oh my gosh, actual eyes. Oh, I do know this game. Never mind. We have a new challenger approaches. I do know this game. I just did not recognize the monster. Eyes is this game has a really cool mechanic. It has a really cool mechanic, which I'm surprised other games haven't really done yet. You know, the idea of seeing through the monster's eyes or whatever. Yeah, great mechanic, great freaking mechanic. However, on the scary meter though, I'll give this some points on the scary meter. It's a pretty scary game. You know, I kind of leans more in the eerie direction, but I'll give it a pass. Dead Realm, yeah. Yeah, I'll put it right there. Yep, and that's it. Alright, guys, this is my tier list. You know, yell at me about it, hitting me about it. Let me know how much my tier list sucks. You know, let me know how Outlast should be. It wasn't scary at all, or how Doki Doki Literature Club wasn't scary at all, or FNAF is outdated. You know, just you can just hate my whole list. You know, Evil Nun was the scariest thing since the Holocaust. You know, you can just tell me. You can just tell me everything. You know, but yeah, this is my list, and I'm pretty happy with it. Right now I don't really see any major adjustments I'd make. You know, I'm looking through it now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this list. I feel like everything. I feel like I put everything where I feel like it needs to be put. So yeah, I will do another one for AAA games. It's probably gonna be even longer than this video, but yeah. So this is my list. Screenshot it. Tell me how much it sucks. Or on a rare occasion, tell me how much you like it. But I know you're not gonna do that. So yeah, guys. That's all I have for today. Thanks for joining this Spooktember Day 5, and I'll have something else for day, I'll have something else for day 7. Cause day 6 is gonna be another tier list. Spoiler, but yeah. Long games guy out. See you guys later.